the idea was that I would go for the clients that really truly appreciated what I did, and so I wanted to attract those. I saw the title of your seminar and it was about getting the right clients, not just getting clients. I wanted to get clients that were a good fit, and your seminar seemed to point me in. I had no idea, literally no idea what it would be about. So I did the seminar and I was hugely impressed because I came out of it thinking, okay, I've got a number of tasks that I can work on through the year, and that made me very happy.
Followed up with some kind of one-on-one coaching, kind of mentoring. The rationale to do that, given that you'd already got some kind of tasks lined up?
We have a defined list of things. Usually most of them I'm completely uncomfortable doing, and I have to pick the 5 least uncomfortable things or something like that, because I'm not a natural marketer. I would not say that I'm naturally gifted at marketing.
So what's the overall impact been of the work, the work you've done as a result of the workshop, but as a result of the actions you've undertaken?
You asked me to do a seminar on 5 ways that gardening can increase your well-being through gardening, and I really hesitantly, because I hate videos, really hesitantly put that up on Instagram, and the reaction has been amazing. She loved the talk. She reposted it on the English Gardening School website, and then Sue Stewart-Smith commented, who's like my, well-being gardening idol at the moment, commented that it was amazing to see and that she really enjoyed it. It gives you huge confidence to know that what you've said isn't complete nonsense. And in fact, it's really appreciated by the person that wrote the book. It's amazing.
But also, it is part of that know, like, trust. So one post by itself absolutely is not necessarily going to change the world, but it's that drip feeding in for potential clients who are there watching what's going on and seeing that, and that just stands you out massively compared to, yes, it's good to post photos and to update people with what you're doing and what's happening and what's inspiring you, but having some filmed footage talking authoritatively about the particular subjects that you're very interested in and passionate about gives so much depth beyond a photo of a garden, which is very lovely and important to do, but it's a whole different realm.
People have got in touch to tell me how much they loved it, and that they found it interesting, that they learned something, things they didn't know.
So it's getting noticed by your circles. That means it's getting noticed wider as well.
Yeah, I have more followers. I think that's mainly through the English Gardening School post.
Yeah, and these things are stepping stones. Somebody might then go and ask you to speak at another event.
In between having the seminar and our first session, I think I'd said, I'm going to enter a competition. I was quite determined not to let you down. It was that, having promised it, I felt like, she's not going to be very impressed with me in our first session if I don't actually get this competition entry in. And it was something that I was really interested in doing, but that additional push made sure that I did it. It really gave me that accountability that I needed. And so I did submit the competition, and of course, amazingly, I won the competition, so it was a good job I did. The competition was for a public space in cultural and arts institution in Tunbridge Wells. So it's a courtyard between 3 buildings. One is a library, one is a museum, and one is an adult education building. The brief was fantastic. I think the whole process has been quite surprising. I've just been a lot more on it. I previously thought I was quite efficient, but I think I am efficient at the actual work, but I'm not very efficient at marketing. The whole marketing thing at all is a surprise. Yes. It's a constant surprise that it works.
Where are you now with it all then?
For me, certainly, it's a huge chunk of my income has gone on the rebrand, the website, but I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't been confident about where I was heading with it. It's made me much more directed, much more brutal with my time. My children are coping. They're very excited about it all, so it's good.
So if you were to rate this, the whole process you've been through, 1 to 10, 10 being high, 1 being low, where would you put it?
It's been an excellent experience, so I hesitate to say 10, but it's probably a 10. you make me, a lot of money next year, then it's a 10. I'll give you a 9.